Okay, guys, welcome back to Weeping Willow Farms. Let's kick a tire, get started. One thing I do want to say is I brought the old weeder up here on the pickup to sell. We can unfold the trailer, and obviously I'm not going to have it slided off, but we can go ahead and we need to put the four-wheeler, the forklift on there. As you can see, we are going to get 8,000 for that. Nice. Okay, let's grab the forklift. And this guy is a real finicky guy to get loaded. We don't need to go up there real quick. And eventually we're going to have to put a charge station at the farm. This is electric, not a gas one. Let's go ahead, just see. I'm thinking that's probably pretty good. Let's fold the trailer and see if that happens to be the case. Alright, we need to put her up just a little bit farther. Yeah, clearly. There we go. Also, you guys want to see this? I found this in between episodes one or two ago. But anyway, here we go. Victory wheelie. That's why you can't strap the forklift down. Alright. Victory wheelie. Oh my gosh. I could do that all day. I don't think this is how this thing is supposed to work. Thing's a little hard to keep on the trailer. Perfect. How? Okay, so we need to lime all these fields now that we actually have a lime spreader, and that thing is big. So we're going to take Cool Blue and we're going to try him out for the first time, and we're going to see how he does. Let's grab the weight though. We're going to need as much traction on that front end as we can with this big lime spreader here, and we're going to go around and hook it up. Now I don't know how much lime we're going to actually use. I would assume it's actually going to be a pretty fair amount of this now that I think about it, because lime actually goes pretty quick. But it is cheap, and it is, I think we only get, we'll look at the difference here. Oh, it won't tell us the yield bonus right now. So, but what I'm kind of want to do is, well, let's fold this out first. Alright, so I think we gotta go over a little bit. Let's turn this on. Let's see how much it does. I think we're getting that whole side. Let's zoom out a little bit here. Oh, we missed a little bit, but that's okay. That's not the end of the world. I'll come back and get that part. But let's quickly hit this up. And definitely makes it easy that you can see. Oh, I think we gotta go over a little bit. Not that far. This is the big lime spreader, and like we talked about last episode, there was only 2 lime spreaders, so this is probably a little bigger than our equipment can really handle, but we needed something. We really had to get some sort of lime going on our fields, and we had to hit up the sale when we could. You can see this is why I didn't plow out on this side any farther, because we already don't have the room that we would like. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to line both the fields, this one over here and the one that we combined it on the other side, and I will bring you back. Alright, it did use up about a quarter of it. Let's fold her back up. Let's bring her down to the farm, And I believe I actually am going to cultivate this. Now, we got to think about what we're going to put back in these fields here. And if we look at our seasonal menu here, we actually could put wheat or barley in it, or pretty much anything. But I think at this time, we're going to do sorghum again. And the reason I want to do sorghum is I kind of want to see how much more this is actually going to get, how much more we're going to get out of sorghum. We had 13.8. We'll see what we have in the next season. So we actually don't have to plant all the way until, springtime again. So not till next April. But we do need to, let's see, we could run the Grinch. Let's grab the Grinch, and let's actually grab the cultivator. We can actually cultivate this early and let it sit. And actually, I think that's going to be a terrific idea for us. Then we won't have to do it later. So let's go over to the field here. Now, where we plowed counts as cultivating, so we won't have to do there. I might anyway, just to see, help us see. This is actually a very small cultivator. Sometimes I forget how small it is. And, now we've upgraded some equipment. Some of the stuff that we're going to be looking to upgrade is going to be our cultivator, seeder, combine, but we don't really have much money right now, so we're probably going to have to save up for that. Really curious to see how big of a difference our yield is going to be now from actually getting these two fields a little bit bigger. 66 and the 64 is what I'm just going to call them for the time being. But anyway, I think this is a good time for a montage. Okay, we are done, and trust me, I definitely didn't hit that bunker silo. I didn't miss a strip. I wasn't all over the place. I was like Richard Petty, and it was awesome. You guys were just imagining things. Anyway, guys, we have some rocks showing, but they're not bad enough. I think we're gonna give them one more year before we pick these rocks. However, because we are going to do sorghum again to test out, how much more we get from combining the fields. As you can see, sorghum doesn't have to be planted until April, which means we kind of have to wait. But there's one more thing we can do before we need to plant, and that'll save us a step. And let's grab little Steyer here, and we're going to grab him, We're going to go over and put our new sprayer on. And actually, we're going to give it a try with fertilizer. So you can do fertilizer before you actually plant. And I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm really glad we got that front piece, because I think it's going to counterbalance that big heavy piece on this tractor. Because with that front piece now, this tractor is going to have I don't think it'll have no issue, but we got to fill it with the right thing. And if I remember right, I put the fertilizer spreader on the right side. Let's take a look. That is herbicide. That is liquid fertilizer. So let's go over here. We don't want to be too close to the herbicide because it can do both. So it'll pick up whatever is closer. Can you actually... Alright, fill additional tanks. So let's go ahead and fill this up. Let's get the front full. That way when I pull forward, perfect. And it is getting fertilizer. Perfect, like that. We're going to have to move them up with the forklift. But let's try this new guy out. I'm super excited about it. I did cultivate the other field, by the way. It just, when I cultivate, it takes about a half an hour-ish to do. And that's just a hair long to try to montage without cutting it up and editing it into oblivion. So let's go ahead. I don't think I've ever had this little sprayer before. Let's unfurl this thing and see how big it is. Wow. This is actually going to help us out quite a bit. Looks like we're a little too far wide. So let's go ahead and fix that. Now, I don't care if it overlaps a little bit. So let's, we have sprayer on. We can raise it up. I don't know why you'd want to raise it up too high, because if real life you'd want it low, so we're going to drop it down. In case the wind was blowing, you want to get that as close as you can. There we go. Maybe not that low. There's probably some bumps in the field that are going to rock us a little bit if I did it that low. Alright, let's go ahead, turn it on. As you can see, it is fertilizing, spreading. Let's get over a little bit. I don't like missing gaps, so I'd rather overlap a little bit. And this at 7 miles an hour is not bad. Now, it's probably this, you could make the argument this is a little slower than what our, oh shoot, that visible wall, I forgot about that, right. Yeah, it's going to make, that's why I didn't want to plow out more than what I did. With these invisible walls being in the corner, kind of limits us a little bit, but that's okay. I know we're going kind of a touch slower, but honestly, it looks like that herbicide is not, not herbicide, the fertilizer spreader is not coming out too quick. I mean, we're only at 96%. Alright, and the nice thing about these fertilizer spreaders is over here we can change our width. Although we don't need to, but if we did want to, you can see we could make it a little less. Let's see if that's wide enough right there. That's not. So we actually do need the full distance. That actually works out pretty good. So 3 passes does this field. Now, I do believe we are going a little slower, but we are a little wider. Oh, no, we're not, than the old fertilizer spreader. So we're losing a little bit of time on that front. But honestly, it's not that much because we're going to gain a lot on the herbicide. We were using that weeder before, and that thing was slow and not very wide. This is definitely is going to make up for it. And it's nice not to have a ton of equipment doing the same job. So let's run down there quick. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to pick up rocks next year though. So everything's going to be ready for the spring now. The only thing we would have left is after we seed, we'd want to fertilize and herbicide. So we're kind of knocking off what we need to do out in the spring. Let's unfold this here. I think we're going to be probably right around this range. Probably, maybe a little bit farther out. Now, you guys, I think there was a little bit of a tire track in that other thing. Once we re-plow the whole fields, once they need plowing again, that will kind of go away, the weird marks in the field. In fact, we may actually have a weird mark in here. I've plowed these fields before together, not these exact fields, but fields in general. And sometimes where there's a road, it kind of messes up for, until another cycle of where you actually plow the dirt up. I don't know why that is, but let's take a look. See, it does. If that happens over here. Yeah, get wrecked sign. Alright, let's get lined up a little bit better. And this actually Steyr does have narrow tires, so we can actually do this while the crop is growing if we want. We won't destroy our own crop. No, so it isn't acting funny here. So that's actually a good thing. And if we get out, let's turn the sprayer off. This will be 50%, right? Yeah, yep. Awesome. So let's go ahead. I'm going to finish this up and we'll bring you back here afterward. So you can see that weird track out there. And that's what happens. Sometimes when you do these fields, once you plow them, though, they're pretty good. So let's go ahead. We should actually... Oh, no, we will need fertilizer for our next step on this. Anyhow, let's go ahead and put this in here. I think what we'll do is we'll do this like that, and then we'll back this guy in. This was where our old fertilizer spreader was, or our weeder was, so let's park them right there, just like that. We'll put our tractor in, and actually I wanted to show you guys today the pressure washer a little bit too. So when we come over here, let's get this guy back in the slot though. And little Steyr has now taken the end slot because he is the weakest one. But we were using that cultivator earlier, and it is dirty, and we're going to clean it up. Let's see here. How is it getting a little bit better? Yeah, it is. There we go. Boy, the paint gets damaged really quick. So if you can see, let's see if we can crouch in and see. Yeah, you can see how the paint's kind of going bad. That's crazy. I wonder if it's doing that on the Grinch. Let's see, get this cleaned up and check it out. Not much of a cultivator if we use it twice and it's already wearing out, but cultivators and plows in real life definitely don't stay painted very well being in the dirt. Alright, so he is cleaned up. We are good there. I am going to put them away off camera, but I do want to show you. Alright, so we don't have another honey pallet left. I did put that other honey pallet back on the truck. So let's go up here and advance a day so you guys can see that. And we're going to look, oh, let's check for sales. Oh, that's right, we bought that sprayer this episode. So, alright, right here. Let's go ahead and advance. We don't have anything until April other than our selling of our bees and our lettuce. We gotta sell lettuce too here when it gets colder. Oh, that's kind of nifty. Ooh, a new baler? What bale size can that do? 100 horse, 125 to 180. What can our baler do? It does square barrels at 120. Honestly, I know we probably shouldn't, but we've spent a fair amount of money, and I think we're going to hold off on that Baler. Also, this guy, huh? If we're ever going to get into grapes, we're going to need this Landini. Well, let me try to think about this for a second and make sure this is a good buy. That Landini with upgrades would be about 40,000. Let's see what we do have for value in our tractors. Ooh. You know, because we have this big guy. It does 31 miles an hour or 33. In the Grinch, we could trade in the Steyr or the Grinch. I know the Steyr is a little bit slower, but it does have our narrow tires. I'm actually pretty sure we could put narrow tires on the Fent as well. Alright, let me go up to the shop, because actually, if you guys are looking, not only would we get a tractor we need in the future if we're going to do grapes or olives, let's see, I know that costs a little bit for the paint. So this would be 45,000. So we would get money back, possibly, on a tractor. Yeah. I think we may do that. Let me run up to the shop and just see, guys, what this all would be like. Alright, I forgot. We could actually look in our shop right here. Be customized, and we can just see real quick. Yep, as you can see, we can get narrow tires, and we don't actually have to buy them now. I think if we buy them now, though, let's see what our balance is before we start this whole deal. So it's 154, and let's do this, and you can see we got narrow tires. Now, if I remember correctly, we can switch these at will with other tires that we've had. Yes, so you can see we had the wide 2s on. So when we need narrow tires, we just put the narrow tires on. And that actually does happen in real life on farms. So not so much always with the narrow tires. Sometimes on fertilizer spreader vehicles they will. But you'll put duals on. Actually, the farm I grew up on, you'd put a dual on one side because the plow was that small. On some of the plows you'll do that too. But anyway, guys, so I think we're going to keep this guy. And the reason for it is we also have the forks and bucket for him. He's slightly more powerful and slightly faster, whereas the Steyr is slightly slower, and it has literally the same value. Let's go in here and you can see 67, 68. The Grinch is going to have more usefulness to us, especially when it comes to this guy, because this is going to be a permanent vehicle. So if you guys don't understand what's going on, if you go into grapes, this is one of the vehicles you kind of need. It's one of the narrow tractors. There is a few other options, but this is the biggest horsepower one, and it can run this and the sprayer, the grape sprayer. You can't use the other sprayers. And this grape trailer, it can do all the graping stuff. You can see here 70, 60. You can see all the horsepower right there. And so we really need to do this if we want to get into grapes and olives, because olives are a very similar type of equipment. So let's sell this. And we're at 153. Let's do this, and then let's buy our new one now. So we are going to actually look at the deals here. Michelin, I think that's probably pretty good. The 3-point, yep, we want that on front. We are going to want the power upgrade. We will be able to use this. We can and we will use this on the farm. And the metallic blue paint and rim color. Let's go back. I like the gray. And the license plate. Obviously, we're going to name this guy because we name everything. And we are going to name this guy Little Blue. Right, where are you? Blue. Just like that. And we're going to put back only, apparently. All right. Purchase it for 45. So we have a newer tractor and 30-ish, about just under 30,000. And let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. It's just a tiny little thing, but it does have, we'll go in here and you can see it actually does have 125 or 112 horse. So it very much is on the category that we did get rid of, because the tractor we did actually get rid of was up here, and it was 135 horse. Where did you go? Right here was 135. So you can see we didn't really lose much. It's the same top speed it looks like. I'm not sure. Let's actually go over here and make sure. It doesn't look like it's that broken, but let's get a repair going on this. Repair. And the paint is still good on it, so let's not worry about that. We're still up $27,000. All right, let's take a look at it here. Pretty narrow, pretty narrow. Oh, it has hydraulic hookups right here. Oh yeah, for the front PTO. All right, I was thinking, man, it should have, I don't think you can. Let's double check, but I'm pretty sure you couldn't put a loader on this, right? Yeah. All right, that's not a problem. We don't really need it for a loader. It's pretty low anyway. Interior, pretty fancy. A little bit of a mirror lighting glitch. Not bad. So, it does not have a little buddy seat in here. Who would have thought? Oop, let's go this way here. All right, let's go up here. Make sure its lights are working great. Horn, not good. Does have that top light. And you can see, let's take her out to the drag strip and see what she's got here, folks. 26. Yeah, there we go. So it is a little quicker, I believe, than the last one. But we made some money. We got something permanent we're going to use. And now we're going to, in between episodes, I got to advance some time a little bit, work on the pallet so that when you guys get back, we're going to be ready for harvest, folks. Victory Wheelie. Have a great day, guys. See you next time.